Okay, let's now discuss the last part of, maybe not the last part, but for our today's discussion is the measures of central tendency and the mean, the median, and the mode. I know you guys are very much aware with the central tendency. Let's just have a review on what is the difference of these three. So the measures of central tendency are statistical measure which describes the position of a distribution. They also call statistics of location and are the components complement of statistics of dispersion, which provide information concerning the variance of distribution of observation. In the univariate context, the mean, the median, and the mode are the most commonly used measure to know to measure the central tendency. Ibig sabihin, if all the data na meron tayo, alin ba yung may pinakamadami or alin ba yung nasabi natin na parang this is the most there are different ano kasi different function. For example, for the mean, 'di ba? This is the average of all the data. The mode is the number. This pertains to the data na kung saan may pinakamadaming lumabas doon sa data natin. And the median kasi is kung sino yung nasa gitna ng data natin. So basically, those are the three measures of central tendency. And then for today, we are going to compute those three um, measures of central tendency. Let's start with the mean. So for the mean of group data, let's just all right. Let's now start. Okay. Okay, let's now start with the mean of ungroup of and group data. So for ungrouped data, the formula to get the mean of ungrouped data is the sum of all data values divided by the number of data values. So for example, we have age of your students, of my students. For example, your age are 19, 18, 17, 17, 19, 20, 18, 17. So in order to get the mean of this ungrouped data, you are going to get the sum of data values and the number of data values. So first, let's get the sum. So the sum is 19 plus 18 plus 17 plus 17 plus 19 plus 20 plus 18 and plus 17. So there are total of 155 ages of your students. Now sabi, divide the number of data values. Ilan daw data meron tayo? So we have 8 data. So what we are going to do, again, divide the sum of data values to the number of data values. So that will be 155 divide 8. So the answer will be 19.375. That is the mean age of my students. All right. Question? No. No question. All right, let's move on with the group data. For the group data, this is our formula. The mean is the summation of fx over the summation of f, where f means the frequency, x is the midpoint. Summation of fx, the sum of the products of each midpoint and corresponding frequency. And summation of f is the sum of frequency. Now we have here this example. So we have this example, the grades of my students with different classes from 40 to 49, 40 to 59, 40 to 49, 50 to 59, 60 to 69, 70 to 79, 80 to 89, and 90 to 100. As you can see on our group data, it must have a same, what do you call that? It must have a same class width. Ibig sabihin, gaano kalawak ba yung class, yung width ng class natin. For example, on this 40 to 49, there are 10 data values sa loob ng ating class width, di ba? 40, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49. And then, ganoon din yung mga next classes natin. Okay? So, on this example, meron tayong mga frequency based on these classes. Now, let's first get the frequency. So, we already have the frequency of each classes. Then, we get the midpoint. And midpoint, ibig sabihin, ano ba yung nasa gitna ng classes natin? So, the midpoint is yung nasa gitna ng classes natin. So, for 40 to 49, to get the midpoint, we are just going to add the two value, 40 plus 49 divided by 2. Maghahanapin lang talaga natin yung nasa gitna ng ating class. Okay? So, that's 44.5. So, ganun lang din yung gagawin natin sa susunod. 50 to 59 is 54.5. 60 to 69 is 64.5. 74.5. 85.5. And 95.5. So, this is the midpoint. Okay? So, we already have the frequency and the midpoint. Our next na kukunin natin is the sum of the product. Let me just share screen na lang para mas... Yan. So, what we're going to do is to get first the summation of... kunin muna natin yung product of each midpoint and corresponding frequency. Ibig sabihin, f multiplied by x. So, that's 44.5 multiplied by 3. So, ganoon lang din yung gagawin natin sa mga susunod. 54.5 multiplied by 5. 64.5 multiplied by 6. 74.5 multiplied by 9. 85.5 multiplied by 8. And 95.5 multiplied by 7. Okay? So, that is the f times x. Ano kailangan natin? The summation of that data. Okay? So, kunin lang daw natin yung sum ng mga to. So, that's 103.5 plus 272.5 plus 387 plus 670.5 plus 684 plus 668.5. So, in Excel, madali lang to eh. But, for the benefit na talaga paano natin nakuha yung value na yon is minamanual na lang nating input. But for the Excel, napakadali lang nito, guys. So, that's 2,816. So, we already have the summation of fx. Guys, I will use letter E na lang kasi wala tayong hindi ko Summation of fx is 2816. Ano sunod na kukunin? The summation of frequency. So, ibig sabihin, summation of frequency, we're just going to add lang yung mga frequency natin. We have 3 plus 5 plus 6 plus 9 plus 8. And plus 7, we have 38. So, the summation of f is 38. Let's go back to the formula. So, to get the mean of the group data, let's divide lang yung summation of fx and the summation of f. So, basically, it is 2816 divide 38. So, the answer is 74.1053. So that is the mean of how to get the mean of group data. Are we clear? I guess we're clear. Let's move on with median. Median, for ungrouped data, this when we say median, it represents the data on the middle of our ungrouped data after natin siyang may arrange from highest to lowest or from lowest to highest. But we have to weigh if the number of data values is odd and if the number of data values is even. Okay? So let's start with odd. For example, we have this value. The grades. For example, the grade 98, 96, 85, 93, 97, 84, 86, 89, and 92. So for example, we have 9 grades. This is for odd data values. Ibig sabihin, yung number ng data values natin is odd number. So for this example, we have 9, which is an odd number. So first, let's arrange our data from lowest to highest. So we have the lowest is 84. Next is 85, 86, 89. Natin ito ng konti. 89, 92, 93, 96, 97, and 98. So those are our data arranging from lowest to highest. So to get the median, actually madali lang kahit hindi gamitin yung formula eh. Kung ano yung nasa gitna. So nasa gitna ng 9 kasi is to get the, okay, let's use the formula lang para to make it more practical. So when we are going to use the formula or to know the term na kung saan andun yung ating median is the number of data value n plus 1 divided by 2. So the number of data value plus 1 divided by 2. So if we have 9 data value, so plus 1 lang natin siya, divide natin sa 2, the answer is 5. So 9 plus 1 is 10, divide 2 is 5. So ibig sabihin, the fifth term is our median, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. This is the median of our ungrouped data. Any question with that? So madali lang, no? Very easy, very easy. Okay. How about if even? Even naman, no? Kapag even naman, for example, ito same ating value. Isin lang natin to. For example, this is our given pa din. But naging even na siya yung number of values natin. Even data values. For example, nagkaroon tayo ng 99. So that's 10. And kapag 10, wala tayong median, wala yung nasa gitna. So ano yung gagawin natin? We are going to get the two value na nasa gitna ng ating data values. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ang nasa gitna niyan is the fifth and the sixth value, which is 92 and 93. Anong gagawin natin? Just add the two value and divide it by 2. So that's 92 plus 93 is 185. Divide lang natin yung 185 sa 2. Our median is 92.5. Easy. That's So, easy. Okay. Now, let's get the median of the ungrouped data. So the formula to get the median of ungrouped data is LM plus N minus N over 2 minus CFB over FM times H. So LM stands for the lower boundary of the median class. N is the total frequency. CFB is the cumulative frequency before the median class. FM is the frequency of the median class, and H is the class width. So let's have an example. So we have here another, also our example kanina. First, let's get the CF. The CF is the cumulative frequency. Ibig sabihin, lakan lang natin. The CF is the cumulative frequency. What is the cumulative frequency from one class to the succeeding classes? Okay? So first, for the first class, we have frequency of 3. We will just write 3. And then, the next cumulative frequency is the frequency of that before the cumulative of before class plus the frequency of that current class. So that's 3 plus 5 equals 8. So the next process is 8 plus 6 is 14. 14 plus 9 is 23. 23 plus 8 is 31. And 31 plus 7 is 38. So this is the cumulative frequency. Now, let's get first the lower boundary of the median class. Pero paano ba natin malalaman yung median class? So in order to get the median class, let's divide first. Di ba pag sa median, dinidivide natin sa 2 yung ating total number of data value. So same dito, kunin lang natin yung total frequency muna. So the total frequency is 3 plus 5 plus 6 plus 9 plus 8 plus 7. So there are 38 frequency of our data. So kunin lang natin nasa gitna niyan. So that's 38 divide 2, which is 19. Again, yung pang 19th daw na term, nandun yung ating median. So same ng ginawa natin kanina, di ba? Ganun lang din sa ating ungrouped data. Ngayon, alin ba yung lower boundary? Alin ba yung median class natin? So the median class is the class na kung saan papatak yung pang 19th na term. Saan ba papatak yung pang 19th na term? So let's see again our interval or frequency interval. So ibig sabihin, if you're going to use the cumulative frequency, the 40 to 49 shows the value, the first value up to third value. Gets? The first to third value is nasa 40 to 49. Then, the next one is 4 to 13. 4 to 8. This one is 9 to 14. This one is 15 to 23. This one is 24 term to 31. And this one is 32 to 38. So, ibig sabihin, ito yung term, o ito yung position ng mga value na meron tayo dito sa atin. So, ibig sabihin, from 1 to 3, nasa 40 to 49. Then, yung 48 value natin is nasa 50 to 59 and so on and so forth. So, our median class is kung saan natin makikita yung pang 19th term. Saan ba yung pang 19th term? This is on this 70, between 70 to 79. So, ibig sabihin, our median class is 70 to 79. Now, ano yung mga kailangan nating hanapin? Lower boundary of the median class. Ano ba yung lower boundary of the median class natin? So, as you can see here, our median class is 70 to 79. Ano yung lower boundary niya? So, the lower boundary is the difference or the average of the lower boundary of that median class and the upper boundary before that median class. So, ibig sabihin, to get the lower boundary of the median class, we are going to use the 70 plus 69. This is the upper interval at upper value of that before the median class, and then divided by 2. So our LM is 69.5. Okay, we already have the LM. The N is our frequency, which is 38. Nakuha na rin natin yan kanina. Next, the cumulative frequency before the median class, the CFB. Alin daw yung CFB? It is the cumulative frequency before the median class. Balikan lang natin. Ang median class natin is 70 to 79. Ang CFB daw is the frequency before yung median class. Cumulative frequency before that median class. So if ito ang median class natin, at ang cumulative frequency niya before yung class na to is 14. So our CFB is 14. How about the FM? FM is the frequency of the median class. Again, ang median class natin is 70 to 79. Ang frequency ng median class natin is 9. Middle class na yung nasasabi ko eh. And the last one is the class width. Ibig sabihin, gaano kalawak ba yung ating interval? Which is, nakuha na natin kanina yan, it is 10. Since we already completed all the value na kailangan natin to compute our median, let's now compute it using the formula. Bear with me kasi Excel lang yung gamit ko. Wala tayo nung pansulat sa board. Okay. So first is LM. Our LM is 69.5 plus, kunin lang yung natin at nasa taas. Yung nasa taas natin is N, which is ang N natin is 38, divided to minus, anong CFB natin? CFB natin is 14 divided by FM, which is 9, multiplied by H is 10. Okay, so again, kunin lang natin isa-isa. So 69.5, 38 divided 2 is 19, minus 14 over 9 times 10. Then let's compute again. 19 minus 4 is 5. So that's 5 over 9 times 10. And if we are going to use our formula, our calculator, that's 69.5 plus 5 over 9 is 0.556 times 10. So the answer is 69.5 plus 0.5556 times 10. So the answer is 69.5 plus 5.5556. Our median for this group is 75.0556. And as you can see, it is also part of the class interval 70 to 79. Okay tayo done. And for the last one is our mode. The mode is the most repeating value in the dataset. Kung alin daw yung may pinakamaraming value na lumabas doon sa dataset natin, that is our mode. Okay. Let's start first with ungroup data. For example, we have our scores again, 90, 89, 87, 86, 85, 84, 88, 89, 90, 89. So for this ungroup data, we are just going to get what is the number with na lumabas, na mas pinakamaraming lumabas doon sa ating ungroup data. So the answer will be 89. This is our mode. Yun lang. If dalawang number yung lumabas na may pinakamadami, may sabihin dalawa yung ating mode dun sa ating values, data sets. Ano? So that is our ungrouped data. How about for the group data? We have this formula to get the group data, the mode of group data. It's LM plus the quantity of Fm minus Fb sub b over 2 F sub m minus F sub b minus F sub a times H, where Lm is the lower boundary of the modal class, Fa is the frequency after the modal class, Fb is the frequency before the modal class, Fm sub m is the frequency of the modal class, and H is the class width. Again, let's use this example. First is, let's identify what is our modal class. Our modal class is the class that shows the highest number of frequency. So in this example, the highest frequency is 9. So our modal class is 70 to 79. Okay? Now, let's get the lower boundary of the modal class. To get the lower boundary of the modal class, same ng ginawa natin kanina with the lower boundary of the median class, we are going to add lang yung the lower value ng class na yon and the upper value ng before class natin. So that's, since ito ang ating modal class, 70 to 79, to get the lower boundary of the modal class, it's 70 plus the upper number or the upper limit of the class interval on the previous before that modal class is 69. So that's 70 plus 69 divided by 2. So the LM is again 69.5. Now, for the F sub A, it is the frequency after the modal class. Our modal class is 70 to 79 and the frequency after, ibig sabihin, yung frequency pagkatapos ng modal class na yan is 8. So the F8 is 8. FA is 8. Next is FB. FB is the frequency before the modal class. So kung ito yung modal class natin, ang frequency before the modal class is 6. And lastly, we have the FM. The FM is the frequency of the modal class, wherein the frequency ng modal class natin na 70 to 79 is 9. And lastly, the class width, same pa rin. Our class width is 10. This is the number of value doon sa ating interval. Now, all the values are complete. We can now compute the mode. Okay, our mode is LM, which is 69.5 plus FM natin ay 9 minus ano ating FB? FB is 6 over 2 times FM natin is 9 minus FB natin is 6 minus FA natin is 8 multiplied by H, which is 10. So this is 69.5 plus 9 minus 6 is 3 over 2 times 9 is 18, minus 6 is 12, minus 8 is 4. Multiplied it by 10. So that's, 69.5. So that's 69.5 plus 3 over 4 is 0.75. Multiplied by 10 natin siya. So this is 69.5 plus 0.75 times 10 is 7.5. So our mode is 69.5 plus 7.5. The answer is 77. And as you can see, it is also on the modal class natin. It also lie in our modal class. Okay, so that's the discussion of our measures of central tendency. So please be prepared for a quiz or an activity natin by next week. See you guys.